Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then it's his to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Roll dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Off the mirrors appear clear, ready from ear to ear. Craving and rating the grain, rekindling the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive.
Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and today we're coming to you from one of my favorite places. Sorry we're on a little late, but we got late breaking news, which we're going to go over in just a second. And so I had to get all that out and put that on. I could have just talked about it, but I thought for those of you who can see, I wanted to put that up on the board so that you guys could have a good feel for what I was talking about, because those of you who are just going to be listening, I will talk more about it, but those of you can see, I wanted to put that up on the screen. So we are located today at Rococo on Western, 4308 Northwestern Boulevard, just Northwestern, of course. You can contact the restaurant for reservations at 405-400-7495. That's 405-400-7495. They are open Monday through Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then on Fridays and Saturdays, they are open from 11 a.m. to 11 to 11. And of course, Saturdays and Sundays are their most favorite brunch. If you've not been here for brunch, it is absolutely fantastic. I come quite often, at least I try to get here about once a month to have brunch here. They also have a catering place over on, also have catering, and you can contact them at 405-534-8838. That's 405-534-8838 if you want to contact them about catering and events, because they can do that and they are fantastic. And if you've never been to Rococo's, you are missing out. This is definitely one of the finer restaurants here in Oklahoma City. And the thing that I like about it is you can be casual or you can be dressed up. They have take reservations for parties. It's kind of like whatever you want to do, they can do here at Rococo. It's kind of up to you on how you want to do it, but man, so much food, so many good things to do. So that being said, this is what I was talking about. It took me so long to get on because I had to do the graphics for this. NBA news today, breaking news, as a matter of fact. Excuse me. Damian Lillard joins the Bucks and Giannis in a three-way deal with the Blazers and the Suns, which, of course, we had all talked about how Damian wanted out, and then how, to me, the Blazers took way too long, and we know that he wanted to go to the Miami Heat. And Miami had a couple three-team deals done, but he did not like the Blazers did not like any of the deals that Miami had proposed, and so they turned him down. So it looks like that Portland finally got what they wanted, and I just don't understand what really they did. They got a couple. I'm like, I don't get that. But the Bucks, of course, get Lillard, which I don't know. Damian is a beast, dude. He's probably definitely one of the top 3 point guards in the NBA. Long-time great all-star guy. I mean, just unbelievable. And that's what I can't believe Portland took so long to get rid of him. But it looks like they did get a haul for him. The Suns also did the deal, and they didn't get hurt at all. They got Nurkic, which they need a center really, really bad, because DeAndre Ayton was not working out well for them, and Nurkic is not going to want the ball, but he can finish at the rim. He can step out and knock down the three, so that's a nice pickup for them. Grayson Allen, I'm not a fan, even though our guy Ben Dillman likes the guy. I don't like dirty players. I don't care what I don't care what sport you are. You're dirty. You're dirty. It's like Mac Jones for the Patriots. If you're a dirty player, you're a dirty player. And you know what's so funny is, tells you what his teammates think about him. He got picked up and slammed down by a New York Jet player. Now one of his linemen came to his rescue. Why don't you try picking up Joe Burrow and throwing him down? Pick up Patrick Mahomes, throw him down. Pick up Jalen Hurts, throw him down, and see what will happen to you if you try to do something like that to their quarterback. So it just goes to show you what kind of guy he is. And Grayson Allen, I'm not a fan of his. I don't understand. I don't care if you play good, tough defense. Yeah, there's a lot of guys do that. But if you're going to be dirty and try to hurt people, I'm out 100% on that. But anyway, they got Nasir Little. I like that pickup. And then Keon Johnson. So I like what the Phoenix Suns did. They needed some depth. They did get some depth to go along with what they currently have there. So I like what they've done with the Suns. They got big. They got a big man who can shoot. He's not going to want the ball. He's not going to be bitching, but can knock down the three. And also, he's a big body and he can protect the paint a little bit. Blazers, this is my thing with them. You got Drew Holiday for what? What do you need Drew Holiday for? You got guards all at the wazoo. You know, I don't understand that. DeAndre Ayton, yes, you needed a big man that can block shots and is athletic, 100%. But he's going to want the ball. And then forward, Damani Kamara. He's a decent player. He's a nice pickup. He's gonna fit in and do what they need to do. But you also have Jeremy Grant over there already. We'll see how they fit that in. But they do get Milwaukee's 2029 first round pick and the 2023 and 23rd first round swap rights with Milwaukee. So they get the 21st pick, they got the 2030 pick, and they get the 2029 first. And then they're going to swap rights with Milwaukee and then 2030. So when I look at this deal, I mean, it's okay, but I just don't understand Portland. Because, to me, there are teams that are just bad. They have bad management, bad ownership. They're just not very good. And, of course, Paul Allen's sister is the owner of she took over ownership of the Portland Trailblazers. And why? Because he passed away. She took over. She's trying to sell it. She doesn't care about it. She doesn't care. Okay, she's off doing her own thing. It's just something that she inherited, and I don't know why she's not already sold the team anyway. So, but it is her brother's team. It was her brother's wish. It was her brother's baby. So she is honoring her brother. But if you're not really interested in it, I mean, you let the people do their thing, but the GM and what they do, I don't understand why you get Drew Holiday. I love Drew Holiday. He's a great player. But you already got two young guards. I mean, the thing about the Thunder is the Thunder are young. They're staying young. They're not trying to go out and get them. You got Davis Bertans a little bit older, and you got Mitchell is older, but they aren't, neither one of them are Drew Holiday. And then you've got young players that come in. It's just like we had talked about Monday, I believe it was, when we talked about our Coach Dagnall, what he said, or Tuesday, I guess it was yesterday. We talked about that and how SGA says, what do you need to bring in another all-star for? I'm already here. You already got one. And I agree with him 100%. You don't need to bring in another star. We need shooters, and we need somebody who can defend on the wing. That's what we need. We need defenders, wing defenders, because we give up way too many points because we can't stop anybody. Now, Chet may make a difference on the inside with a lot of that scoring average, but I think that for us to be successful, we're going to score the basketball, okay? We were third in the NBA in scoring, so I don't have any problem with us scoring the basketball. But defensively, you've got to get stops. You've got to get stops. And the thing is this, you got to cut down on SGA's minutes. He can't be playing, 34, 35, 36 minutes every game. If you cut him down to 30 because we have leads and not have to play him 36, 37 minutes per game, he's going to do his longevity is going to be longer for us. So that's kind of my thing with the Thunder. But with them, why you go get Drew Holiday? You've already got young guys. I don't really understand it. But once again, it is Portland. There's a reason why they are who they are. There's a reason why they don't win. There's a reason why they're unsuccessful. It starts at the top, then it's your GM, president, GM, and then coaching staff and what you bring in. That's what it is. And when the Lakers let LeBron be the new GM, look what happened. He went from winning the championship, coming back next year, being one place away, getting already set up a deal for Buddy Hield. Already the deal was basically being made. You're going to get ready. I mean, you already had the team, and then now LeBron wanted Carmelo, Anthony, and Russell Westbrook. Team went in the tank for 2 years and a half. Let players play, owners own. GM's GM. But there's a reason why people like Portland. I mean, what do you want with Drew Holiday? I don't understand Portland. I mean, I don't understand them taking him. I don't get it. But once again, there's a reason why. And when you look at the Thunder, that's why the Thunder are on their way up. And teams like Portland stay exactly where they are is because of the decisions they're made. Where Sam Presti's like, look, we're going to be young. We're talented. This is what we need. And like I said, we don't need to do anything until Christmas. We don't need to add anybody. We don't need to take away anybody. We don't need to do anything until we get a good sample size of what this group is. Now, do I think everybody will be there? No, I don't. But at the same time, I think that you have to do the way that we're doing it. And Portland, I don't get. But the Bucks, you get rid of Grayson Allen, which you didn't need. I still think Chris Middleton is old. And remember, Giannis had not signed his contract yet and said, you've got to make moves in order for me to want to stay here. He used his leverage, and they went out and got Damian Lillard, an upgrade from Drew Holiday. But you still have Middleton. He's old. Now maybe Giannis might like him, but I mean you got to get some more pieces in there. I don't like what the pieces that they have, but just with Giannis being a dominant person that he is, they're going to allow them to finish first in the league as long as he stays healthy. And then you got Damian Lillard, who unlike Drew Holiday is more of a consistent scorer, and they can go 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 all night long, and there's nothing you can really do about. You can't stop Damian Lillard and you can't stop Giannis. So that's the thing in with that. So now in breaking news, we had sad news yesterday. As we were getting off the air, we found this out, and this guy was one of my favorite players growing up, watching him play. And I know our guy Drew Henthorne thinks that anything with the Braves, that Chipper Jones is the greatest third baseman in the history of the game, which, I mean, he was definitely really, really, really good. But, like I said, Brooks Robinson, I mean, to me, I saw him play. He's a little bit young for Drew, so he didn't really see it. But Orioles, Brooks Robinson, third baseman, Orioles, Brooks Robinson, arguably the greatest third baseman in the history, passed away yesterday at 86. And this is the crazy stat. 16 straight gold gloves at third base. 16 straight gold gloves at third base. I don't know if anybody can top anything remotely like that. Now, that is the second most gold gloves in history. Now, of course, Greg Maddux being a pitcher, and which is, of course, his is a lot easier to win. But Greg Maddux has 18. But for everyday guys, that is a record I don't know anybody will ever get to. 16 straight gold gloves. So if you played third base in the American League, you are not going to win it. He was going to win it. And that, to me, is one of the greatest stats that there was. And I watched him play. I watched his throws. I watched him when they beat the Big Red Machine. And, so I probably have a little bit more of an affinity towards Brooks. But, Chipper Jones definitely, next to Eddie Murphy, the greatest switch hitter of all time. But, third base, it's got to be Brooks Robinson to me, because you got to be able to do stops. You got to be able to hit, but you got to be able to stop people. So I would take Brooks Robinson, then probably Chipper. I really like Mike Schmidt in there as well. So that's kind of and Dale Murphy was pretty good as well. But those are my guys. Mike Schmidt, I want to take Chipper and Brooks, but I'm going to put Brooks in there simply because I saw him play. And that's the problem with old school versus
Matty,
new
what's up,
school.
buddy?
Hey, High Stick Harry, what's going on, big dog?
Not much.
But anyway, that's why I take Brooks Robinson over all of them, because 16 straight gold gloves, that's insane.
Yeah, best defensive third baseman of all time, man.
But being 16 straight,
that's nuts.
That's crazy. I mean, you're talking about
of.
consistently, that's to be the best at your position defensively 16 straight times. To me, it's just that's just unbelievable what he could do. So
very impressive. Sad to see him go.
Yeah, it was. And then of course Greg Maddux had 18 Gold Gloves, which is the most ever. But he was a pitcher,
yeah,
and he didn't play every day, so I don't really know if I really count that. So what did you think about the breaking news with since you're the one that sent it to me, with what happened with Damian Lillard?
I think he obviously had to be happy about it going to Milwaukee. It had to be, he obviously had to approve that. So good for him, and good. I'm glad they found something to get him out of there, because that'll just toxic relationship. And I like you said, I agree with what you're talking about. How Portland just kind of they don't really know what they're doing with their front office right now, and I think that they got compensated fairly. I mean, pretty well for like what they wanted. They're 3 first round picks, well, one or two swaps, and then one guaranteed.
Yep.
So I feel like they got what they wanted, and then Phoenix got a little bit more depth. So
Does
I,
this kind
I,
of
I mean, I
remind
like
you of
it
the
for all
Paul
the
George
teams.
trade? Just kind of reminds you of the Paul George trade a little bit.
Do what?
Yeah.
The Paul George trade a little bit.
What about it?
Oh, just kind of being like a little bit like that, where a star is unhappy and gets another star.
Yeah, and then everybody gets compensated fairly well. Like, not the best, but everybody gets kind of a little bit of something. Everybody I felt like got better.
Well, my
Sure,
deal.
yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
by the way, we're joined by Nathan Taylor of YNB. By
Sorry,
the way,
guys,
that's
didn't
who
mean
that
to jump
is.
in there.
My thing with the trade is, to me, is that Portland. Why are you taking Drew Holiday? You gotta go. What for?
They're gonna flip.
They got to, because to me that's just. I mean,
It's huge too that they
what are
did
you?
it before training camp.
Yeah, I don't. I don't. I
I mean,
don't. I don't.
before the not training camp. Sorry, before season started.
Kind of a Chris Paul thing, I mean, they could hold on to him and then trade him for something.
Well, but I'm just saying is that's what my point was earlier, is that you have the Thunder, and the Thunder are young. They're not trading for older people. You got Mitchell, who's 29 or whatever, but he's basically a rookie. And then you got Davis Bertan, but he's a role player. Drew Holiday is not a role player. Drew Holiday is an everyday player. And you've already got two young guys that you're trying to build up, and then you bring in a veteran. Other than you trying to show them something, I don't understand it. I mean, you look at the Thunder. We're young. We got SGA. We got Josh. We got J-Dub. We're young. We're not going to, we got Kaysen now as a guard. We're not trying to get old, okay?
Yeah.
We're not adding some veteran, okay, guard. I mean, what for you're building the chemistry. But that's what I'm saying. That's why the Thunder are ascending, and that's why teams like Portland, because of their management, stay the same.
Yep, and I do think that, Giannis was saying how he was going to, question leaving and stuff if he didn't get somebody else beside him. So he got his guy. So I think it was more about that too, that they were willing to give up a little bit extra to make sure that he had somebody.
Oh no, it's 100%
that.
that. That's 100% that.
Guaranteed.
Well, the question
willing
is,
just to give up a little bit more to keep him.
Well, I was saying earlier too, guys. You can chime in on this. I would say the difference between Drew Holiday and Damian, other than Damian, is way better than Drew. But the deal is now he can score. Those games when Drew Holiday had 30 or 25 and Giannis had 35 or whatever, they were hard to beat. But Drew, you can't count on him to do that all the time.
That was maybe 1 or 2 games a series if they were in the playoffs.
Yeah, and you got Damian who can go off for 50, and Giannis can go off for 40. And they can go boom, boom, and there's really no answer for either one of those guys. So, to me,
I'm excited to watch them play.
But still, to me,
you can correlate that to a Durant Westbrook deal, really, because they.
No, stop, man, no.
Well,
Damian Lillard, you're putting Damian Lillard and Russell Westbrook on the same page. Are you kidding? I mean, really?
Yeah, maybe.
No.
Here's what I'm saying.
No.
Here's what I'm saying. KD is probably, I don't know. I would say maybe long term. I don't know.
I don't know what you're trying. What are you trying to say? Because I'm like you're putting Damian Lillard and Russell Westbrook the same. That's what you're doing. You just compared Lillard and Giannis to KD and Russell.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to make a correlation.
How?
It's right there.
One is not going to turn the ball over. One is not the worst guy in the history of the NBA in the last 2 or 3 minutes of a game. One can score 30 consistently without having to take 30 shots. Remember when he had that 40-point game? I think he had 42 on Patrick Beverly and was talking trash to him. Patrick Beverly goes, "I could get 42 if I shot 40 times. I get 42 points too." And that's what everybody doesn't realize about Russell. But dude, look how many shots it took him to get to that point where KD can get 40 on 21 shots. You know what I'm saying? He get 40 on 24. Just like Steph Curry can do that. Damian Lillard can do that. They don't need 40 shots to get 40 points. That's
I was more correlating the combination of the skills because you could see like Giannis's inefficiency from the field. I mean, you could, other than inside the 10 feet or so.
So you're
I mean,
comparing
you could
Giannis and
correlate
Russell
that.
together is what you were doing.
No, I'm saying combination of skills is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Because Giannis's inefficiency, you could say that's Westbrook, and then Damian's ability to shoot and distribute is KD. I mean, he doesn't distribute a whole lot, but he can. And then shooting efficiency, Dame's shooting efficiency. And then Giannis's playmaking ability. I mean, Russell had a good playmaking ability. So it's not an exact match, obviously, but I'm just saying correlation.
Well, that's not who I would. I wouldn't put those two together, but I would. I would match Booker and KD more than I would.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes more sense.
Yeah,
that makes more sense.
I mean, because Russell can't continually give you 30 points a night without taking 25 or 26 shots, and that's shots they're going to be taken away. Plus, not to mention his horrible turnovers at the end of the games and his horrible decision making at the end of the game. So, but anyway, I agree with the premise of what you were trying to say. It's just that I'm not a fan of his whatsoever, as you well know.
I think that's going to be about as close as a good comment from you or an accurate for you that I'm going to get, right?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm on that. But anyway, I'm happy for them. But at the same time, it's just like, to me, the Thunder, they're doing it right. We're young. Michigan, I still think was to keep them from going to, because of what they did, keeping what's his name from us. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it was.
Hendricks.
Yes,
Hendricks for him eventually. We're going to be great.
Because you turn around and then you trade for somebody who's Hendricks' exact position, who's a veteran. I'm like, so you draft a guy, then you turn around and then you go trade for a guy or sign a guy who is the exact same player as the player you drafted in the first round. But they did that because the Thunder. I think they thought the Thunder were going to take him, and I do like Kaysen. Now, don't get me wrong, but I'd much rather have a 6'9" athletic guy who can run, block shots, shoot threes.
Well, that's the guy you were talking about yesterday. That's the guy you want right there.
That's the guy we need now.
Shooter,
So
wing defender, yeah. Absolutely.
Yep. So I'm looking forward to it. Then next week we're going to do our Thunder preview and hockey preview. So Ben, you're going to have to give me your predictions on hockey, bro.
All right.
On you're kind of like what I did. By the way, let's go ahead and do that while we're. I don't even want to do it. It's just I did my predictions. Remember, guys, when I did my early NBA predictions on preseason on who I thought was going to make it, and this is it again. I've got the Bengals winning the North, the Bills winning the East, the South is the Jaguars, the West is the Chiefs, and then I've got Chargers, Steelers, Dolphins, and I just don't know about the Chargers. What do y'all think about those? Do y'all agree? How do y'all think about the wild cards?
Yeah, these are your preseason predictions,
right?
Yeah,
these preseason, yeah.
Yeah, those are great right now. I like all that. Honestly, the Chargers have a good chance of making it.
You said that yesterday. You like them. Or was that Monday? Whatever day that was, Tuesday, whatever.
They can just control the ball at the right time and control that clock a little better, they have a great chance. I really do like Justin Herbert.
And not go for it on your own 24-yard line.
Yeah, but Mike Williams being out is a huge, huge loss. That was a massive weapon. He was a 1A, 1B with, Keenan Allen.
I agree.
So with that loss, that might be the dagger, but Bosa being out there, I like their defense, and I really do like Herbert. I think he's a great quarterback.
What about Steelers and Dolphins?
I like the Steelers. That defense is going to carry them if they can figure out the quarterback position. I know who they're playing, but I'm saying they're making poor decisions and the play calling is just awful.
So you like those three right now?
Yeah, and I think the Dolphins will probably win their division, but even if they're in there,
it'll be Bills. If they win, the Bills will be in too. So
correct. Yeah. So they're just interchangeable.
What about you, Nathan?
Here's a sleeper, guys, and it's probably a long ways off, but don't sleep on the Rams.
Well, that's the NFC. We're in the AFC. We're not the NFC yet. We're in the AFC.
Right, I'm sorry. I still think the Falcons. I think they're going to make some noise. I just don't know how much.
The Falcons, once again, that's the NFC.
Oh my God, man! What's wrong with you? Gosh.
Okay,
Yeah.
Nathan, do you like the Chargers, Steelers, and Dolphins as wild card deals? How about that?
I like the Dolphins. Yes, the
Not the
offense is just
Steelers.
really amazing.
I'm gonna tell you,
I was
Ben.
on the Steelers bandwagon, but man, they can't do anything offensively.
Hey, Ben, I was trying to
it-
think maybe the Browns might slide in there instead. Now that I look
as
at
much as
them,
I hate that.
The
as much
Ravens
as I
good
hate-
too.
Mhm.
The Ravens just signed longtime, Patriot linebacker Kyle Van Noy to the practice squad. He's going to end up starting by the end of the year.
oh, they got Van Noy. Is that what they
Yep,
added?
they just signed Kyle Van Noy. Yeah, he's on the practice squad. He'll be on the field in 3 weeks.
Okay. Oh, that's gonna be nice. They need help. They
They
need help.
need
There's
some
no
help.
question.
Him and Roquan will be great.
I agree. NFC now, so Nathan can throw in the Falcons. Okay, go ahead and say your. I've already thrown them in here, but Nathan, go ahead and give me your NFC.
You just wild cards, right?
Yeah. Well, you can look. Well, I got the Lions, Eagles, Saints, Niners as my 3 division winners, and then I've got the Packers, Cowboys, Falcons, and Seahawks as my secondary backups.
I'm gonna say Rams are gonna get in front of the Seahawks.
And why?
I just playing really well, man. I mean, there's nothing special about them. I mean, Stafford's really a good quarterback, but that receiver they got that burst on the scene. What's his name? Nachua or something?
Yeah,
like that?
the new kid that nobody knows about.
Yeah, he's playing great. He's not. I mean, time will tell, but he's playing great right now. Don't they have a pretty good? I mean, running back that nobody was ever. Nobody thought of anything about him either, and then he kind of came out of nowhere too. But I don't know. I think they're. I don't know. They just played really well as a team. And, I mean, that's not going to win you a Super Bowl, but because there's better teams out there. But I mean, they can make some noise. They can do some.
So who is your 3 then? You have Falcons, Rams. That's 2 guys from the same
Falcons,
division.
Rams, and
That's 2 from the same division.
yeah. Okay, but you know what?
Okay, here I'm gonna give you the options. The North is the Lions, Packers, Vikings, and Bears.
See, it's going to be. I think it's going to be.
They play.
Going to win that division. Because
Yeah, they play each other.
Packers and Lions are going to. They're going to fight for that division.
I agree.
Probably the loser of that maybe would be another wild card.
Yeah.
Again, I know this is crazy and it's the same division, but man, the Cardinals. We're still. I mean, what are they going to look like when Murray comes back?
No,
Is he even
Cardinals
gonna come
are
back
not.
this year? He's not. No, I'm
Cardinals
not
are
saying. I'm saying they're 2-1. Are they 2-1? Or are they 1-2? 1-2?
1-2.
1-2.
1-2. Okay. All right. Well, just keep an eye out. I mean,
Okay.
something to look at.
What about you, Ben?
NFC. Let's see. I got Eagles winning that division. I got the Niners winning their division. I got the Lions winning their division, and then I probably have the Falcons winning their division as of right now.
Well, it depends on how long Derek Carr is out. That's what's going to depend on for that.
If Jameis plays if he touches the football, that team will lose. So they're done. And then the Buccaneers, I like how Baker's playing. I just don't think it's going to be sustainable, and I don't think either of those 2 teams are going to have better records than, say, the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are going to be in there for a what's called wild card spot because I think the Eagles are going to run away with that division. And then I like the Packers as well as a wild card. And then I'm going to go with Geno's coming in there as well.
Of course,
Geno's
I've got
Pizza
Geno's in there. Of course I do that. Hey, how about McCarthy?
Hey, we knew that was coming.
Hey, how about McCarthy getting defensive? Did y'all see his quote when they talked about the red zone? And he goes,
well, he doesn't play. He doesn't coach very well offensively.
Well,
so
what
at
he
least
said
he's being
is,
defensive.
well, what he said was, you look at us in the last year, in the first 3 games, we were only in the red zone 4 times. What he failed to mention was who the quarterback was in those first few games.
So bad.
Which was Cooper Rush, not Dak Prescott. So I just think that was funny. But, somebody made the point. The Cowboys, they're missing Zach Thomas. I mean, not Zach Thomas, but what's our guy's name?
Zach Martin.
Zach Martin. They're missing the center, and they're missing Smith this weekend.
Yep.
I think
I'm taking whoever like the points against them, whoever it is.
I mean, when you look at that, guys, does that kind of mess with you at all?
I still think they make some noise. But are they going to be championship? NFC championship? No.
I think without Diggs, I just think the Super Bowl and all that stuff went out the window. I think they can still make the playoffs, but they're going to be out in the first, second round.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be Niners Eagles in a championship game.
Well, the Patriots play the Cowboys this weekend, okay? And the Cowboys are 7-point favorites, over under 42.5. And with the way that the Patriots run the football and the problems Dallas had, I mean, they can say what they want. I do believe they overlooked the Cardinals without question. But the Cardinals punched them in the mouth and kept punching them in the mouth.
They've been playing good. No, they've been playing good.
No, that's what I'm saying,
I said, yeah. I mean, they were up by they lost that game to the Giants. They were up by almost 20, and then at half. So then I mean, they've been playing pretty good.
Well, tomorrow night we have the Lions and the Packers. Speaking of what you were talking about earlier,
that'll be a good one.
The Packers are +1 in that game at home. What are y'all feelings about it? Now we're gonna go into real detail about it tomorrow, but we just kind of give the overview today. What do you guys think?
I think that's about right. I mean, don't you? I mean, it's probably a pick. Where's it at?
Well,
it's in Green Bay.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, probably right. It's a pick 'em, probably.
That's close to a pick 'em. +1, isn't it, Ben?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just buy a half point or sell a half point, or you just go with the money line at that point. Usually, depending on the juice. But I mean, I think on that one, I lean Lions, but I don't know. That's a tough one. Jordan Love's been playing really good. He's making me eat my words. Yeah, he's been making me eat my words.
Yeah, so he's playing pretty good. I agree. Then, of course, Sunday, the first game, we have the Falcons and the Jaguars. Well, here are the options. That's over in England.
That's going to be a good game. I wish it was here.
Game. Oh my gosh, that'll be a good game.
8:30 a.m. game.
Oh,
yes,
I'm not
perfect.
getting up for it, but that's going to be a good game.
Yeah, I guess we'll all be up for that, won't we? Then we have Dolphins and the Bills. Man. Oh. And the Bills are favorite. The Bills are favorite -3.5 right now.
Where is it at?
In Buffalo.
Yeah, that's why.
And remember, Miami smashed them last year.
Yeah.
I mean, is it to a point in the sport where they used to say defense travels? Is there a point in time now where we're saying offense travels?
Well, defense still travels. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, remember the Dolphins should have lost to the Chargers in that very first game.
Yeah.
They should have lost that game. Okay.
That was a shootout.
Yeah, it was a shootout, but they should have lost that game. So,
no Jalen Waddle.
They can't stop it. Jalen Waddle's still in here. But see, the question is, what do you do next year? You have to sign Tua. Okay.
You got to.
Got to sign Tua. And the question is, do you give Tua more money than you give Patrick Mahomes?
No, hopefully he takes more of the Josh Allen route, where he kind of take just a little bit. Like some of those guys, like Burrow took a little bit less.
But you remember though, Josh Allen took less than Mahomes. Everybody else since then has taken more than Mahomes.
Burrow took over. Yeah, it was like.
Well, no, I'm talking about it started with what's our boy that played OU quarter, Kyler Murray. It started with him, and then it was Russell. And went boom, boom, boom. So they all took more money than Mahomes, which drove him down the list. And I'm thinking, as a team, how the hell are y'all gonna pay these guys more money than him? They bumped up the quarterback deal themselves because the bill said, okay, Josh Allen's good, but he ain't Mahomes. Everybody else, they went more money than Mahomes, more money than Mahomes, more money than Mahomes. So now the Chiefs had to come back because remember, I don't know if you guys know this, when Patrick signed his contract, $35 million was the max that a quarterback was getting. They paid Patrick Mahomes $45.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he was going to be making $45. So that was $10 million more than the next guy to him, and they went past that for everybody.
Well, yeah. Didn't Aaron Rodgers have a $60 million?
$50 million. But what I'm saying is, to me, it's kind of like what the Chiefs were talking about with Chris Jones and Aaron Donald. Look, bro, he is here. Everybody else is down here. You're better than them, so we're not going to pay you what Aaron Donald makes, but we're going to put you well above the next guy by $3 million a year. So we're going to make you the second highest paid guy, but you're going to be the highest paid more than anybody else who's signed. Because the closest guy to him was $24 million. They were giving him $27. $54 million guaranteed. He turned it down.
Yeah, I was seeing there were some people just talking about it, just kind of like a random idea of giving the quarterbacks their own salary cap at this point,
or giving them a piece of the team.
Yeah, like no, just like a percentage of
Of
the
the
salary
salary.
cap
Yeah,
that the whole team can
that's what I'm
use, and
saying.
if you don't use it, you can spread it out elsewhere. But like max you can use is, say you were saying 15%, whatever the number would be.
Okay, I have a
And
question
then
for you. I have a question for y'all. Do you, when Mahomes signs again in 2026, do you give him another 10-year deal? Because that will put
I
him
would.
at, well, that will put him at,
Here's,
he will be at 30, let me see, that's 40, he'll be at 32 years old then.
Yeah, but Von Miller just signed like a 5-year deal like last year,
I
and
know, but what I'm
there's
saying is,
no way he's playing out.
I'm talking about how old he is. He'll be 32. Do you give
here's
him a
what I
10-year
think.
deal and push
Yeah,
him out
because
to,
you can if he retires, the salary cap it doesn't cost
but you
him.
remember, he still will have another 4 years left on the deal that he currently is on.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. So you do it and you spread it out over 10 years, and that way, if you can make it a little bit longer, great. If not, then you just cut. He retires, and then you're off the hook for his salary.
What about you, Nate?
Here's Yeah, I'd say absolutely, because here's the thing with Kansas City, small market team, kind of like the NBA. I mean, you win when you can, and you do you do what you can to extend the window. And if you have to sign him for 10 years, and you go back into Sucksville for 5 to 10 years, oh well, you won 4 Super Bowls. You know what I mean?
Right. Kind of like Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely, absolutely.
You know, yeah, I agree.
and I think he likes it there, so I don't think he'd have a
Well, he
problem with
ain't
it.
going nowhere. He just, he owns the Kansas City
To be
Current.
honest with you, I don't know if he'd want it. He might just say, "Hey guys, sign me 5 years. I'm good. Just pay me whatever. In 5 years, we'll reevaluate."
Well,
He's
but
just that type of dude, man.
what you know what
He might
though,
be a billionaire by then.
but the whole thing by him doing the 10 million, I mean the other 10 years, that allows them to that last 5 years of it is just dead cap money.
Yeah, yeah, they can just and also if he just retires, it's done. Like you get that money back. Like that's added to your cap. You're good to go.
Yeah, because the other option is to, if you do a 5-year deal, you're still extending him out another 5 years past where he's at, and so he'll be, what will he be? 34?
37.
Man,
No, no, no.
how
At the
old is
time, no.
Andy
At the
Reid?
time of the end of his deal, he'll be 35. At the end of this 10-year deal, he'll be 35.
Which, I mean, we've seen Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
and the whole thing. I mean, he stays healthy. He works his
yeah,
butt out. His wife,
relatively, yeah, relatively.
yeah, they have a cook now. They have a person that cooks for him. So,
And
you know,
Is he
also,
doing the Chris Paul diet? Is he the
huh?
plant-based stuff? Is he doing the Chris Paul diet?
No, he doesn't do that, bro. He's a carnivore. He's from Texas, bro. When you're from
yeah, and then
Texas, you're a carnivore.
yeah, I think a couple of things that might go into that, like all these decisions too, is Andy Reid 65. How much longer is he going to coach? And then also Kelsey's 33. I mean, he's
Well,
still young, and
Kelsey's done, and he's got a couple more. You can tell
yeah,
he's
he's
already
got
slipping
like
out, dude.
maybe 3 years of like.
Maybe.
I think he has like another 1 or 2 years of dominance, and then after that,
Yes.
he's going to start declining
Yeah, but
rapidly. But
He's
then
all,
also Andy Reid.
if he can solve the Taylor Swift equation, he doesn't have to worry about money for the rest of his life.
well, Patrick. Okay,
He already doesn't.
first of all, he's
That's
already
true.
set. It ain't got to do with her money. He
Yeah.
already set. I mean, I get what you're saying, and what's so funny is I saw these things. They were like, "Oh, well, Taylor has now made Travis famous," and they had these husbands. No, it was wives and husbands and girlfriends and boyfriends, and all the Swifty girls were talking about, "Oh, she's made him famous," and you can hear the boyfriends and husband in the background going, "No, honey, he's
Yeah,
already famous."
they said his
he's already
merch went up
famous.
like 400% in sales,
Yeah,
and then
it's Jersey
he like
sales.
shot into the top 3 of jersey sales, and
Yeah,
then like all.
I just laughed. I was like, okay, honey,
That's so funny.
listen, he's going to the Hall of Fame. He is the
Oh
best
yeah,
tight
Hey,
end in the history of
let me tell
NFL
you
football.
something funny.
Yeah, go ahead.
So my 8-year-old daughter, huge Taylor Swift fan, and I was like, hey, your favorite singer was at a Chiefs game the other day, and she's like, wow, I'm gonna start watching Chiefs. I'm a Chiefs fan now. And I'm like, are you kidding? He hates football. And I'm like,
Chiefs fan. Here we go.
yeah, she's wanting to buy a jersey now.
Oh God, well you gotta go buy a jersey.
Gotta go get one.
Hey,
Hurry.
do you remember his number?
Yeah.
You know what his number is, right? It's not 15.
Yeah,
They're gonna
that's right.
sell out.
But did you see what Travis said? He's gonna stop talking about her.
Yeah,
After
because he
this.
talked about it on his podcast
Yeah.
today.
Well, he was saying is that he said today is the last time he said because he's a public figure. She doesn't. She's not, and she has no desire to be
to
out.
talk to anybody
Yeah,
about stuff.
she gets hounded and pounded and whatever. She's out.
You saw they said that stuff where they thought she was hiding in the popcorn
Yeah, that
holder or whatever.
popcorn
Did you
deal.
see that?
You know what? I bet she was.
I do too.
Because why is the popcorn on top?
Yeah,
Why the hell is the popcorn
there was
on
somebody
top?
calling him out. They're like, she's
You know what
in
I'm saying?
there.
What? I looked. I was like, she is what? Huh? Yeah, I
Oh, I started
believe
laughing.
100% that she was in there. Yeah.
That's
Because how do
funny.
you get her out of there with people going crazy? And you can see where Travis was a little annoyed that because the way they took her, there wasn't supposed to be any cameramen back there.
That was no, that's not that was somebody's iPhone, and it was like somebody. It
I
was
know,
like
but
somebody's
what I'm
on the
saying is,
team, like brother or something.
right? They weren't supposed to be back there. There wasn't supposed to be any cameras. That's
Oh,
why
I
they
know.
went that
Yeah,
way.
they were
That's
supposed to be
why-
walking out the back.
Yeah, that
way,
dude,
like,
whoever he is, he's done. He don't get to come back.
TMZ that probably got a lot of money.
But I know that dude made a lot of money up. But what I'm saying is that kid, he don't get to go back there anymore. He just hopefully whatever he got paid.
Man,
Because what was it, 16 million views or something stupid that it got?
yeah,
So that kid right there, you weren't supposed to be having cameras back there, and you had one because you can see Travis's face because they looked like they were kind of holding hands at first, and
they were
Travis
about,
kind of
it looked
looked
like they
over
were
there.
about to, and he's like,
Yeah, and
ah.
you
You're not
mother, what
talking
the hell
about-
you doing, huh?
You're not talking about the Walter Payton Jr., the Walter Payton son video, are you?
I'm talking about
think
Travis Kelce and her.
The one that
Yeah,
went
but-
famous. So, yeah,
The
that
one
was
of
that
them
Walter
walking.
Payton's son.
Yeah, I think that was Walter Payton's son. Yeah.
Whoever he is, he don't get to be back there no more.
Walter
Whoever that
Payton's
is.
son.
I can promise you, that guy, you don't get to be back there.
Oh yeah,
anymore.
because it was in Chicago.
Yeah.
No, it was in Kansas City. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, you're right.
It was in
You're
Kansas
right,
City.
you're right.
So I
It was
don't know how's
against
it. I said,
Chicago.
how's it Walter
Against
Payton's
Chicago.
son?
It was against Chicago.
I don't know if that was Walter Payton's son. Was it? Was it really?
That's what they're saying. Yeah.
Well, whoever that was that shot the video,
he'd have
he
access.
gets no access to anything back private again. Because they were taking her out the back way that no one could see her.
Yeah, I mean, like, and you see all the security too. They had guys with like rifles
yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, there was-
Now that was a nice ride Travis was rolling her out in too.
yeah.
And then how about them buying out the restaurant? Saying, hey, we're paying for all y'all's dinner. Y'all got to go.
Yeah.
Y'all got to go. Y'all got to go. But I will say that Travis probably should have did that in advance, knowing that she was going to be there. He probably, I'm sure he probably did, said, hey, look, we're buying everybody's dinner up till this point, and then we're going to be in a restaurant.
We just got to get everybody out by 9 or whatever.
Yeah, everybody has to be,
was.
whatever time it was.
Whatever time
everybody
it
else
was.
has to be done. Everybody else has to be out, 100%. So, I mean, that's what I would have done. I was like, hey, you guys are open. Hey, I want to bow at the restaurant. We're going to be in here at this time. We want to make sure everybody's out of there. So whoever's eating to that point, we're buying everybody's dinner and closing the shop. Which only
That's like Adam Sandler. It's like the Adam Sandler movie, Mr. Deeds.
Yeah. How much do you think that cost him? 20 grand, 10 grand?
Way more than that.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't take her anywhere cheap.
No, he didn't take her anywhere cheap.
And then he obviously had to rent out the tables.
You don't think it was a barbecue place?
No. You know,
There's some good steakhouses in Kansas City.
I just thought maybe, guys, maybe. Yeah, y'all are saying no, huh?
Definitely not. Some good steakhouses in Kansas City.
There really is. We want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. Appreciate everything that they do for us, keeping us up and running and rolling. Still got to take my computer in there for them to get some stuff done. SRB, if you have any needs for any engineering, surveying, or planning, they love to be behind the scenes on the things that they need, that you need. Oak Grove Trucking in, my guy Jose Fierro.
What's up, Jose?
If you have any needs for rocks or dirt to be moved, or you know someone who has a highway contractor who's getting one and needs some stuff moved and need dump trunks, he's the man. Appreciate Greg and Max Nafee for taking care of me as always, doing all the things that we need to do. Appreciate those guys. And then, of course, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
That makes things happen.
Ben, what is up with him with that? He just can't Ben, just jump in there from now on because he's. What are you doing, Nathan, when I do that? What are you doing? How about let's try this again? And, of course, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank that makes things happen.
God dang. They're an equal house. They're a member of the FDIC. And, of course, they're a proud sponsor for us to go out and support black, minority, and women-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into any of their locations. The main bank at 401 Elm downtown, YNB East, which is off the Parkway, 66 or 39th Expressway, YNB Mustang 218 North Mustang Road, YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks, and just south of I-40 on Garth Brooks, right there in front of the hospital. I'm going to quit saying their name because they're not a sponsor. Why am I giving them free pub? And then, of course, YNB Peoples, the bank that I always go to on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur, DT Construction and Consulting, and our guy Drew Henthorn. If you have any needs for any roofing or anything to be done like that, he can do inside, outside painting. They can do gutter work. They can do driveways, siding, whatever. They can do it all. They're respectful, local, and loyal. And you can contact them at 405-209-4051. And one thing about Drew, he does answer his phone. And then, of course, I want to thank our guy, Bruce. I just saw Bruce. Oh, I can hear him in the background back there. Bruce at Rococo, the owner of Rococo. We're here on 4308 Northwestern across from Sopango's in the drum room, down from the old VCDs. You can come in Monday through Wednesdays from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., also Sunday brunch from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. So I guess I should say Sunday through Wednesday from 11 to 10.
They got good brunch.
Their brunch is fantastic. And then, of course, on Fridays and Saturdays, they're open from 11 to 11. And the Saturday brunch is fantastic. And like I said, I try to come here about once a day. Hold on one second. Hey, Bruce. Hey, Benny, Bruce. Hey, are you doing a special anytime this week? I'm going to ask him about some specials. What do we got a special this week? When are we doing tomahawks or some lobster? When are we gonna do that?
Have you seen the driftwood menu?
No, what's a driftwood menu? I don't know you guys know what a driftwood menu is? I don't know what a driftwood menu is. Y'all know what that is?
I think it has something to do with the wood he puts in the fire. But I don't know.
Well, because what I asked him is, I don't know if guys, if you ever had one of their tomahawk steaks, oh my God. And then they have.
Bring me one.
Well, yeah. So,
So it's a clam bake, but a la carte.
Oh, it's a clam bake, but
And
a la
you can
carte.
just come anytime you want that whole weekend. It's the 13th through the 15th.
Of October?
Yeah.
That's my birthday weekend, so that works perfect.
It's perfect, man. It's your
Man,
birthday. You can buy
you
one.
knew it was my birthday, didn't you?
That's
You knew
why
it.
we planned it.
I will
Perfect.
put
You can
that
buy
out.
something
Yes.
on your birthday.
I'm not buying you. Why am I buying you anything on your birthday? Huh?
Tomahawks next month.
Okay, Tomahawks next month in October. That's at the end of the month, though, right?
Yeah, we'll wait till after the driftwood.
Okay. All right, you hear that?
Remember, we got paella on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sully does paella.
Hey, that's perfect.
Oh,
for
there
the
does a pie
Thursdays.
on. When is the pie on the patio?
The 19th of October.
Okay, I'll be
On the
back.
patio, live music, paired wine.
Yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back on for that. I'll see you later, brother. By the way, that's a good-looking color shirt. I don't have that color, man. I got a normal shirt. I don't have that. Or is that just for the owners? Is that just for the owner and the wife? Is that what that's for? I'm going to call Amber. Amber will get me a shirt. I'm going to call his wife. I got to call his wife. I can't talk to him about that. I have my guy, Bruce Reinhardt. Anyway, this Rococo, the weekend in Connecticut, they have dirty chowder. Hey, that sounds good. I like dirty. $10. Whole belly frying clams. Appetizer with tartar sauce, $24, and a roll with tartar sauce, $18. Not bad with fries. Ooh, clams. Ooh, steam and Poseidon soft shell clams. I don't know if y'all have ever had those soft shell clams. Oh my God,
Yep.
dude, they are
Made
fantastic.
some pasta the other day.
Now, of course, Ben and Nathan, it says market price.
Yep.
Okay. That may be.
Never know.
Yeah, I know. And then, the lobster. Oh, my God, dude. We definitely. Have you never had one of their lobsters? And then the lobster roll, of course. Have you had.
I might have to go out there for a lobster.
Dude, their lobster,
You
dude.
want
It's,
a mountain.
hey, I'm going to tell you what. I had lobster. It was me and Mark Long. God, what was that, about 4 months ago? And I literally, you guys can't see it, the lobster tail was about that big. It was huge. I literally, after we ate, we were supposed to go have some drinks or whatever at Cats. I was like, man, I'm full. I'm going home. You know how
Yeah,
it is
I'm
when
done.
you're
I'm going
full?
home.
You know when you get full,
Especially
you're like,
when you get something really rich like lobster. you know, like how it's like with some you know what I mean, like how it's done like that. Oh yeah, it's hard to drink after that, but you might have like a porter or a glass of champagne, and you're like, I'm out.
Yeah, I was like, I'm done, dude. I'm done. I'm done. Okay, then
You want to
here,
not like me
huh?
even more, man? You want to not like me even more?
What?
I don't eat seafood.
My wife doesn't either.
Matt's silent.
Yeah, I
Like,
know, but she still was in for the seafood tower in Vegas, and she tried every bit of it. She started liking a little bit of it, so I'm working her in. We're trying on.
Processed tuna is as far as I go, or as close as I go.
Oh, that's
Processed
the
tuna.
worst. That's the
Oh
worst you can
my
have.
god. Okay,
Get you like an oyster, like some
No.
lobster, some
Ben,
crab. Oh my
Ben,
gosh, what are we
we're gonna go
doing?
ahead and talk about Herbie Husker's picks, okay? Because I don't know what to say to him after what he just said. I don't.
Ugh,
Do you know what to say after that?
no.
I don't.
It's
I
called
don't.
one thing, guys.
Uh,
I've said it. I've said it since I got on here. It's entertainment value.
you are definitely entertainment value. There's no doubt about that. You know, that's
What I'm
what you.
here for.
Thank
What
God
I'm
you.
here
Thank God you at least know what you're doing at YMB. So, but anyway.
that and thunder knowledge. That's what I'm here
And
for.
by the way, we're going to do our first preseason Thunder show next week, Nathan.
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know if we're going to.
Did you
We
see
may
how
do it.
long Sam's press conference was today?
Huh?
Oh my God, it's like that press conference was like 3 hours today.
Yeah. Well, you're asking a bunch of questions.
Well, but he says a whole lot with nothing, you know.
He's very good at deflecting. He's very good at speaking and not saying a lot.
There was one quote. He said, "This is our first year with this is really our first year with Chet, but this is not Chet's rookie year." What?
Yeah, I think his dad was a lawyer.
Well, no. Well, this is Chet's rookie year. He can be the rookie of the year, and it is truly his first year with us. That is facts because he was hurt. So.
Well, yes, it is. But then Sam goes, "But it's not his first. It's not his rookie year. It's not his first year, or something like that." I was like, "Oh my God."
Maybe this is his rookie. Did he say this is his rookie year, but not his first year with us? That would make
Yeah,
more
he said
sense.
he said this is not his, what is he saying? This is his first year with us, but not his rookie year, is what he said.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
but
I know.
then how is he going to be the rookie of the year if it's not his rookie year?
That's a Samism, or it's a Prestiism.
Prestiism. I like that. Anyway, Braves, money line Ben, minus 158. They're just winning. They're just winning.
Yeah, they don't even need to, and they're just carrying on. Chop.
They really are just winning. That's all they do. You just bet on. If you bet on the Braves every game, you're going to win money. The Diamondbacks.
They won last night too.
Yeah, you got the Diamondbacks money line minus 195. The Blue Jays money line minus 108. He's taking the Rangers and the Angels in the over 8.5. They're in Anaheim, so that's going to be kind of cool. Minus one. That's a pretty city. I really like Anaheim. It's not a place where you're going to go out and just, it's not like, Orange County, or it's not like Beverly Hills. It's not like, it's not like Newport Beach. It's not Manhattan Beach, but it's not San Diego. It's not San Francisco either. But it's Anaheim's a fun little place.
I feel like it has more of just kind of like a homey feel instead of like trying to be out there and like all like, like I feel like, I know it's still expensive and it's still a nice area, but they're not trying to be all like, and it's probably just a bunch of old whites out there. I don't know.
Yeah. Probably. Dodgers and of course the Dodgers and Rockies. Shockingly, he's taking the over 12, and it's plus 100 on that. So that's kind of interesting the way that he's doing that. I was like, okay, I can live with that. Now, I was sitting there thinking, guys. I was sitting there looking at this. I didn't know if we should bring it up because in MLB news. I don't know if you know about this, Nathan, but the Padres left-handed closer, Josh Hader, who is the number one, he's the best closer in baseball, but he doesn't play more than three batters, 3 innings. That's our three strikes. That's it. That's all he gets, 3 batters. That's basically what he does. And he refused to come into the game against the Giants in the 8 to protect a 1-0 lead. Now remember, they're 5 games back of being in the wild card.
What a pan.
But that's what he does. He doesn't, so they're only 5. They're only 5 back from the Diamondbacks.
How much to just throw
a lot, but because if he'd have came in, he'd have got that one guy out who was a left-hander, and they left him in, and of course he hits a 2-run single, knocks in 2 runs.
Sounds
And they
sounds
get me.
like they got this guy from the NBA, and he's like, "Nope, I'm not playing.
Yeah,
Not
but
doing it."
he only does three strike. I mean, three batters. What he does,
Sorry.
that's all he
I
does.
gotta
He
jump
doesn't,
off.
and because he didn't want to come back in the ninth and face three more batters. So that would have been four batters. He didn't want to do that.
Hey guys, I gotta jump off. I'm sorry.
Okay, go
Appreciate
ahead.
it. You're good.
All right, but anyway, yeah, Ben, he didn't want to do that, which I was like, okay, you're five. You'd have been basically 4 games out of the wild card, and you don't do it. I don't get that, Ben.
How do you think the locker room feels about that?
Well, I mean, he is who he is. This is what he does. But
If it's in his contract, then okay.
no, it's
But
not. That's just what he does. He goes, I only do this. This is what I do.
okay, well, let's get it in your contract then next time. And if not, then you got to do your job.
Yeah.
Your job is to come out here and pitch when we need you, and we need you. Just come out
1-0
here and pitch.
lead to get into the playoffs,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
okay, then
I
go
mean,
ahead.
those playoff checks are really nice too.
And the whole thing is, Ben, is okay. Go face this guy, and then 2 batters in the top of the ninth.
And I think there was already a pitch or two on him too. I think it was like 1 ball or something like that. And he was
Well,
like, "Nope,
yeah,
not
but he
going."
didn't. Right, he didn't want to fade because he only wanted to do. He didn't want to come back in and do the whole ninth inning. So that's
Yeah,
why
well,
he did it. Yeah.
So yeah, well, I don't like to shave my face all the time, and I don't like to take my dogs out, and I don't like all the time. Like, there's a lot of things I don't like to do.
He said that's how it is. I'm here.
Yeah, dude, I don't put up with that crap.
Okay, then of course in Big 12 football, then we're going to be done after this.
Yep.
In Big
Yep,
12
you're good.
football, Cincinnati and BYU. Of course, BYU plus 1.5 is what it looks like at home against Cincinnati. Is that, do you think they're giving Cincinnati more love? I mean, it's kind of how are you a dog at home?
I don't know.
Especially since
Both these teams
Cincinnati's-
confuse me. I haven't seen enough tape on either of these teams, to be honest. I've seen a little bit, but neither of them impressed me enough. So that's why the line's so close. It's just kind of a stinker of a game.
Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that, bro. I don't really get it. Kansas and Texas over under 62.5, and Texas is 17.5 point favorites, Ben.
That's gonna be a great game.
I think so too.
I want to watch that one. Oh yeah, Jalen Daniels against Ears. That's gonna be
against Quentin Ewers.
Yeah, that's gonna be an excellent game.
ABC 2:30 on Saturday. I think it's a great time right there in prime time. And then of course, Then of course you got Houston.
They're gonna give them all they want. Kansas. Yeah. I really do think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be way closer than 17.5.
I agree. But the question is, do they think Kansas can stop them defensively? I think that's the question.
No, I don't think they can, but I think Kansas can score on Texas. So
yeah.
We'll see.
And Houston at Texas Tech. Texas Tech are
6.5 point favorites.
Yeah, 6.5.
Do what?
Yeah, 6.5. 63 over under.
6.5. Yeah, that seems about right.
I don't know.
I think about a touchdown.
You think they can score 63 points combined?
No. I think it's going to be.
I think Texas Tech can score.
I don't think Houston's having trouble scoring.
Yeah, I agree. I'm sorry. That's a lot of damn points. I don't know if Houston can score 30 points.
That's what. I think Texas Tech could probably put up 30 or so, but I don't see Houston scoring more than 20, 25 points
max. Yeah.
Yep.
Baylor, UCF.
Baylor played Texas tough.
Yeah, UCF minus 11.5, Ben.
Yeah, it seems about right. I think UCF has the better athletes, and it's at UCF.
Baylor's got to fly to Florida, all that humidity. They are in Texas, though, so they're used to humidity, but not quite like it is in the South.
Not like that, man. That's a different beast. That's gonna be an honest home field advantage for UCF coming into all this. That's a great home field advantage for them. These boys are gonna be hot.
Yep. Then of course Iowa State at OU. OU now 19.5. They were 20-something. Now they were 20. Now they're 19.5. And the over-under is 48.5. So it's dropping a little bit. But to me, OU always has trouble with Iowa State. Don't know what it's like Oklahoma State and Iowa State. They always have trouble with them.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think, but I could see the over going here. But the 19.5, OU looks pretty damn good. I think ISU is not a very good team.
Yeah.
Especially being at home.
Yeah,
and they get some rest. It's going to be OU doesn't play the best at night, I don't feel.
But
I feel like they play better in the mornings because if not, they're out all day.
Yeah, but they always have a problem playing Iowa State. No matter how good OU is, Iowa State
throwing in the side.
I don't know. Now, I don't know if that was because of Brock Purdy. May have been a lot to do with Brock Purdy, too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and if you think about it, I mean, that would make a lot more sense, too, looking back now.
Yep.
Hindsight's 20/20.
It sure is, isn't it? It's like, oh, yeah, okay, we get it. I was arguing with a guy yesterday at Santa Fe Family Life Center. He was talking about OU and OSU, talking about, they're not playing each other. He goes, oh, well, they can't play each other because there's no room in the schedule. I go, bro, when 4 years ago, when we knew OU was leaving, if OU and OSU wanted to keep playing, they could do it. Gundy did not want to play him anymore. It had nothing to do with any schedule. And he goes, well, we're out to 2030. I go, 4 years ago, we weren't playing some of the teams that we're playing back in 2030. They're not going to do a schedule 10 years out the road. That didn't exist 4 years ago. You could have played some teams. The difference is Gundy didn't want to lose anymore, to me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's what that was.
I don't understand that. I don't understand any of that.
I don't understand it either. I mean, I understand him not wanting to lose. He wanted to pick up a win, but it's Bedlam, bro. How do you not continue to do that?
Been going forever.
I don't really get that one. I just don't. West Virginia versus TCU. TCU 11.5-point favorites at home. Dude, they're playing really well since Colorado beat them. They have been a different team.
Yeah, and I mean West Virginia's playing good. Neil Brown's he's on the hot seat, so over there in West Virginia.
Yep.
So I mean, but I do think TCU is a far superior team. So I think it should be a cakewalk for them.
And at home too, they're getting a benefit.
Yeah,
playing
exactly.
At home.
Yeah.
So that should help them out quite a bit, I'm thinking. So, but anything else you want to talk about there, big fella?
No, man. I think we covered it all. I mean, did you cover the Kaepernick sent that letter to the?
I didn't add that in there. We can talk about that. Yeah,
that's something I just saw. Yeah, I saw he wrote it. He wrote a letter.
Yeah, he wrote a letter, but he wrote it to the GM instead of the owner.
Yeah, but
he didn't write it to Woody Johnson.
Yeah. One thing I just didn't understand: why doesn't he just go play in the XFL and do like a prove it year? If you say he lights it up. I'm just saying this is just like me giving him advice. Like you're not going to be able to play in the NFL. Ben, I know he just asked to be on the practice squad, but I'm just saying, go play in the XFL.
Ben, this is the problem I have with him. In 2019, and I'm gonna get in trouble with my people.
No, you're good.
But because that's a touchy subject because
100%. I understand.
He did. Yeah. The whole knee thing, he did get in trouble and was blackballed because of it. There's just no question.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no question about that. Okay, he got blackballed. Because somebody had made a point that the owners, they had made $246 million per team that year, Ben. Okay?
Yeah.
He cost them $10 million a team. So instead of them making $256 million, they only made $246.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So that messed them. But don't play with those guys and their money. But in 2019, because of pressure and everything was going to be there, man, he did not go for a workout because he said that way that they set it up, and it was like, bro, one of those teams was going to pick you up because of the pressure.
They were giving you a chance at least.
But Ben, the pressure that was put on the NFL because clearly you colluded against him, no question. You paid out. You paid
100%. 1,000,000%.
Okay, and then he didn't show up. So 4 years later, now you want another chance. You've been out of the league 7 years now. Look at Deshaun Watson after a year, basically 2 years. Look at him.
I mean, shoot, some guys don't come back after
after 2 or 3
ACL
years.
sprain. I mean after an ACL sprain.
So
I know some guys.
I know I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but bro, I was with you with the whole kneeing thing, and because it had nothing to do with the flag. Let me say this again, people. It had zero to do with the flag. That's what it was made to be about. It had zero to do with the damn flag. Zero. And what I've said 1,000 times is, if you listen to the national anthem and you listen to those last 3 things that they don't play in the national anthem, go look at it and see what it says. And see, as a black person, would you be okay with what it says in that national anthem? Now, you remember when it was written. Okay, so that had a lot to do with the times back then.
Correct.
So you credit. But so you can't really go into all that. But at the same time, see, because what I found out, or what I didn't even know when it first happened, was he sat, man, the very first game. He didn't even kneel. He sat on the bench.
I remember that picture.
Yeah. So then a Marine came up to him and said, "Hey, listen, we understand what you're trying to do, but it's still disrespectful for you to sit. Can you please kneel?" And that's when he started kneeling. And to me, what loses me in all this is when you kneel, that's a sign of of obedience. It's a sign
Going
of
back to the Roman days and
yeah.
stuff.
When
I
I
get what you're
kneel
trying to
to
say. I get what
you,
you're putting down. I
you
get
know
what
what
you're
I'm
putting down.
saying. So to me,
Yeah, I get what you're putting down.
that's why he said that. He said, okay, you can protest, but at least don't disrespect. At least this is showing your respect by kneeling. And people just, and I'm just like, I'm so over it. But on that being said, he got another chance 4 years ago and didn't show up. Now, granted,
Yep.
they told him here are the rules, and he goes, "Well, I've never had to do that for any other workout." And the NFL said this is the only time we've ever had a workout for all of the teams for one person. We've never
Yeah, they
done that
made an
before.
exception for him.
No
Yeah.
exception for him. So here we're going to protect ourselves, which me as a business owner, you as a business owner, doesn't matter. You're going to have to protect yourself first. Plus, we just
Correct.
gave you how much money in a settlement?
Especially a multi
Yeah.
billion dollar business.
So we're going to protect ourselves, and then he didn't show up, and then now you're trying to get back in. No, dude, you
Yeah.
had your chance, and being they
Well,
would have
that's what I was
one of
saying.
those
Go to
teams.
the XFL.
Yeah, one of
Try
those
that.
teams would have taken him. One of them, because I forget who it was, broke down the quarterbacks who were
Somebody
playing
would have
that
signed
year,
down.
but being they
They would
broke
have at
down.
least signed him to practice
Yeah,
squad.
but
They would have done that.
and I'm saying they broke down some of the players that were quarterbacking that year, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
who, who,
Oh, correct. Yeah.
who,
It's been
who?
rough in the league the last couple of years.
And
This
I'm
is like
like,
one of the first years that we
yeah,
got some good names going
I agree.
everywhere, just
I agree.
about.
But then also, it's just like, yeah, and I'm black, and I'm all for my peeps, and I'm all for everything. But, bro, to me, let's
Oh, and I support all
be a
that too.
business,
Yeah,
let's be
no,
a
I'm with you.
businessman here. I gave you a chance. You screwed me over. Now you want back, and you've been out of the league 7 years. You're not even remotely the guy you used to be. You ain't
Yeah.
played. You ain't done nothing. And yeah, like Ben, go to the XFL or whatever. But you
Well,
ain't
I've
played
seen reports on there of guys making like $12,000 a game.
or
I mean,
something.
that's pretty good money.
Because to me
That's
it's
pretty good
like
money.
the NFL gave you a nice settlement. You out?
Yeah.
Are you out of money? Is that why you're trying
Yeah.
to
No.
come back? Is that why you're trying to come back? You've already missed out on that. Because if you'd have came back for that tryout, you would have been on the team. And if you're on the team, by now you would be making 20, 30, 40 million a year or
Yeah.
whatever it was that you'd
And
be
my
making.
point
So,
is about just doing XFL stuff. Like, then it looks like you actually love the game of football too. Like, you're not just saying it, like doing all this stuff for
well,
publicity and
Ben,
stuff. Like,
I don't think
yeah, if
most.
you go play for a little bit of less money and go prove it, and like, you know,
But Ben, I think
go
very.
get Des Bryant to go sign on your team.
I,
He could probably make some actual money.
but I
Like some
think
good
very
money.
few players in basketball and football do it for the love of the game. They do it for the money.
No, I know. You do up at like
They do it
okay,
for the
like
money.
high school. I always say this to everybody, like around high school, right? You still love it because you're doing all that stuff. You're with your boys. You're on the bus trips. You're having a
100%.
blast.
Yes.
Like especially if you're good. Like that's all the good times. You're just you're BSing with the boys.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
like hanging out or girls or whatever. Like that's the best time in sports. And then you get to college and it kind of changes. You get a new group of boys and stuff or girls, and you're going through it and everything's going good. But then at a certain point, everybody has to start thinking about their future. And then, once that last game hits, everybody just kind of separates and goes their own ways, and nothing's ever the same. That
Agreed.
camaraderie is never the same. So I
Agreed.
think that high
100%.
school is the last time that everybody really, truly does it for the love. Like, you're doing 2-a-days. You're out there sweating, just grinding. People are going through injuries. Like, that's some of the best times I've ever had in my
Agreed.
life.
100%.
You know
100%.
what I mean?
But
So,
yeah,
yeah, then it
no, I'm
goes up
with you. But
less and less after that.
yeah, it's
And
just
there's a few people like this, not to just throw hockey in here, but Jaromir Jagr playing a 51. He loves the game. Like that's one guy that I can say he
yeah.
does
But
it for
Ben,
the.
but there's to me, you're not playing in the HL. So that
Oh
anything
no
you're
no,
doing just
yeah.
playing
Joe
around,
Thornton just played. Joe
that's like
Thornton
me
just
going to
played
playing.
until.
Yeah, that's like me going over here playing
Yeah, but
whatever.
he's playing professional though. He's playing
Yeah,
professional
but
over
it
in
ain't. But
Czechia.
it ain't professional. It's like Dwight
But I
Howard
mean, and
going
then
over
Joe
there.
Thornton just played up until he was 47, and then he just retired last year, and he's still trying to make teams right now. And he's not, and he's willing to go anywhere. He just wants to play.
Yeah, I know, but the problem is a lot of that. This is my thing, and I tell all my kids: make
Yep.
sure sports is what you do, not who you are. Okay.
Yeah.
And guys like that, sports is who they are. Hockey is who they are.
Oh
They
yeah,
have
that's
no
like
they
yeah.
have no identity outside of hockey. That's who they
Oh,
are.
they got kids. They got a bunch of kids and a
No,
wife. And
I'm saying if
beautiful
you're
setup.
playing that long, that's who you are. It's not what you
Definitely.
do. Okay?
Yeah, I got you. That
Because at
makes
some
sense.
point it's like Tom Brady. It got to the point where he knew he didn't have the velocity. He can say whatever. He knew he could not perform the way he needed to do. So he walked away at 45.
I think that he walked away at the perfect time.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. He knew he was starting to decline. He knew it. Okay? And football is what he did, not who he was. But as long as he can perform at the highest level, that's you keep playing. But when you stop, you got to move on. And you look at Michael Jordan. Basketball is what he did, not who he was. Magic
Yeah,
Johnson. You can go
his
on and
first
on
one
and
was a
on.
little different. Yeah.
Yeah, you can go on and on and on. You look at Wayne Gretzky. Hockey was what he did, not who he is.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And guys who continue to play to go overseas when you're past your prime or whatever, sports is who you are as a
Oh
person.
no, yeah, that's where Yager's from. That's his hometown team.
But
He
what I'm
owns the
saying
team.
is,
He's owned it for a long time,
but
and he
Ben,
still plays.
my point is,
And he
I
owns the
don't care
team.
about none of that. That is who you are.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not
no,
what
he's
you
not
do.
married or anything.
But what
No,
I'm
he has
saying
nothing better
is,
to do.
it's what you do. It's not who you are. It's who
Oh,
you
yeah.
are. Excuse me. It's who you are. It's not what you do.
Yeah.
You have no identity other than that. Jaromir Jagr, the hockey player. You have no identity other than that. So you
Oh
have
yeah.
to keep doing it. That's
I don't
my
think he
point.
wants anything else. He's been married and had kids and stuff. He just
But
said,
Ben,
this
my
this is what I
I
love.
understand
So
that. What I'm
respect.
saying is that's who he is.
Yeah.
Okay, not what he does. Every other athlete, when you're at his level, he should have walked away from NHL. Go over there. Now you're a team owner. Why are you still playing? Because that's who you are. You have nothing other than that. That's your life. That's who you are. That's your essence. That's your everything about you. That's why you're
Mm-hmm.
still playing. Instead of being, okay, look, I did it. I moved on. Let me go do something else. And all the great ones who, because you look at Terrell Owens, football is who he is. Ocho Cinco. There's a lot of guys. Football is who they are. They don't have any They have nothing else other than that. Because the limelight and everything they had gotten since they were 8 years old or whatever, that's what
Yeah,
they
it's
were
always
drawn.
been
That's
just
that's always been.
Antonio
Now,
Brown.
yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
all
once
those
you're
guys.
out of that, okay. Once you're out of that and the praise is gone, then what? They don't know what to do with themselves because that's who they are.
They just go on reality TV
yes,
shows.
because that's who they are. They have no
Yeah,
way
they just
of
go on
doing it.
reality
It's
TV
sad.
shows.
It's sad. And I tell my
I think I've seen
kids,
all of them on
I
reality TV
said,
shows.
use sports. Don't let sports use you.
Yeah.
Use sports. Don't let it use you. So, all right, brother. Hey, tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Talk to you,
All right,
brother.
then.
Cheers.
It's my guy, High
Good
Stick
chatting.
Harry, Ben Dillman. Appreciate him coming on. Appreciate my guy, Nathan Taylor of YNB coming on today. We'll thank Bruce Reinhardt and all the staff and Benny and all the guys here at Rococo's for taking care of us today. And for you all, thank you all for watching and keeping up and checking on us here at the Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark.